"Father," said Guleesh, "you can marry me, or anybody else, if you wish, but it's not looking for marriage I came to you now, but to ask you, if you please, to give a lodging in your house to this young lady." The priest looked at him as though he had 10 heads on him, but without putting any other question to him, he desired him to come in, himself and the maiden, and when they came in, he shut the door, brought them into the parlor, and put them sitting. "Now, Guleesh," said he, "tell me truly who is this young lady, and whether you're out of your senses really, or are only making a joke of me." "I'm not telling a word of lie, nor making a joke of you," said Guleesh, "but it was from the palace of the King of France I carried off this lady, and she is the daughter of the King of France." He began her story then, and told the whole to the priest, and the priest was so much surprised that he could not help calling out at times, or clapping his hands together. When Guleesh said from what he saw he thought the girl was not satisfied with the marriage that was going to take place in the palace before he and the sheehogues broke it up, there came a red blush into the girl's cheek, and he was more certain than ever that she had sooner be as she was, badly as she was, than be the married wife of the man she hated. When Guleesh said that he would be very thankful to the priest if he would keep her in his own house, the kind man said he would do that as long as Guleesh pleased, but that he did not know what they ought to do with her, because they had no means of sending her back to her father again. Guleesh answered that he was uneasy about the same thing, and that he saw nothing to do but to keep quiet until they should find some opportunity of doing something better. They made it up then between themselves that the priest should let on that it was his brother's daughter he had, who was come on a visit to him from another county, and that he should tell everybody that she was dumb, and do his best to keep everyone away from her. They told the young girl what it was they intended to do, and she showed by her eyes that she was obliged to them. Guleesh went home then, and when his people asked him where he had been, he said that he had been asleep at the foot of the ditch, and had passed the night there. There was great wonderment on the priest's neighbors at the girl who came so suddenly to his house without anyone knowing where she was from, or what business she had there. Some of the people said that everything was not as it ought to be, and others, that Guleesh was not like the same man that was in it before, and that it was a great story, how he was drawing every day to the priest's house, and that the priest had a wish and a respect for him, a thing they could not clear up at all. That was true for them, indeed, for it was seldom the day went by but Guleesh would go to the priest's house, and have a talk with him, and as often as he would come they used to hope to find the young lady well again, and with leave to speak, but, alas! She remained dumb and silent, without relief or cure. Since she had no other means of talking, she carried on a sort of conversation between herself and himself, by moving her hand and fingers, winking her eyes, opening and shutting her mouth, laughing or smiling, and 1,000 other signs, so that it was not long until they understood each other very well. Guleesh was always thinking how he should send her back to her father, but there was no one to go with her, and he himself did not know what road to go, for he had never been out of his own country before the night he brought her away with him, nor had the priest any better knowledge than he. But when Guleesh asked him, he wrote 3 or 4 letters to the King of France, and gave them to buyers and sellers of wares, who used to be going from place to place across the sea, but they all went astray, and never one came to the king's hand. This was the way they were for many months, and Guleesh was falling deeper and deeper in love with her every day, and it was plain to himself and the priest that she liked him. The boy feared greatly at last, lest the king should really hear where his daughter was, and take her back from himself, and he besought the priest to write no more, but to leave the matter to God. So they passed the time for a year, until there came a day when Guleesh was lying by himself on the grass, on the last day of the last month in autumn, and he was thinking over again in his own mind of everything that happened to him from the day that he went with the sheehogues across the sea. He remembered